And welcome back to the channel, everyone, with myself, David, Millionaire Incorporated, where I like to go through topics on personal finance, wealth creation, and success. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you enjoy the content I put out for you there. I try to give some easy step-by-step guides on how to become more financially successful, or give yourself a bit more of financial IQ, increase your financial IQ, and how to be a bit more successful and better with your time. If you're a returning viewer, cheers guys, really appreciate the support and the feedback and things. Always don't forget to leave a comment, let me know what you guys think of the content I'm producing. Leave me a like and hit that subscribe button, it means a lot to me if you can. So, let's get into the video today, shall we? Now, if you're like me, and as we're trying to work towards this idea of success for ourselves, you'll probably find that you're putting hours and hours and hours of work into tasks to try and bring you that success, but you probably might be feeling a little bit burnt out, or you're just not achieving those tasks, running out of time, or there's not enough time in the day to actually get everything done. Now, there are certain processes and procedures that actually do take quite a bit of time to actually hit those milestones of success for yourself. And unfortunately, as I said, there are only limited hours in the day. So you've got to try and be as effective with that time you have available to yourself to achieve those goals and those milestones you set out for yourself. So in today's video, we're actually going to go through how you can actually be more effective with your time so that you can get the most out of your day and become more successful. So, as you know, we all have the same 24 hours in the day. No one is any different in this regards. It's universal, unfortunately. Now, as you're probably aware, everyone has to sleep about 6 to 8 hours a day. Now, some people can function quite well on 6 hours. Monday to Friday, I actually do quite reasonably well. I try to catch up a bit on that on the weekends. But for the most part, let's just say 8 hours. And most sleep studies out there say you actually probably should get 8 hours of sleep a day to be at your peak performance. So as a guideline, let's just use that 8-hour time frame for sleep. So if you're good with maths and you're already thinking ahead, that's 1/3 of your day completely gone to sleep, where you actually have to recharge and reset and unwind. Now, as well as that, a fair amount of your day is actually taken up by work if you still have a regular job, like myself. Now, for the most part, most people tend to work a usual 8-hour workday, let's say 8.5, 9-hour workday. Whereas I actually do about a 10.5-hour day, which is quite lengthy, and it does take a huge chunk out of my day. So already you can already see that it's taken out another 1/3 of your day just at that job of yours or at work. So it doesn't leave you a lot of time to actually work on your side hustles or your other projects, because we've got to take into account eating, cleaning, actual exercise. Exercise is actually very important for success and just general healthy well-being as well. So that takes up another probably 1.5 to 2 hours of your day, whereas by this time you're actually left with about 6 hours of your day where you can actually work on your project. Now, so the first thing I'm going to go through with you and how to be actually more successful, more effective and efficient with your time is remove distractions. Now, when I say distractions, I'm talking about the social media, TV, Netflix, unnecessary YouTube viewing, and all those kind of things, which won't actually help you achieve your goals for success. Now, everyone might need a little bit of downtime, but if you're trying to achieve some level of success, which is much greater from where you are currently, which will actually bring you happiness, you want to try and limit those distractions as much as possible, because a lot of things out there are just designed to take your time away from you and essentially not give it back, because as you know, once a day's gone, you're not getting it back. So you want to be as effective with that time available to you. So removing the distractions, you actually have a lot more time available to you to work on your projects and tasks to get you closer, or move the needle closer to you achieving your idea of success. So one YouTuber I actually said he got rid of everything from his house. Literally just had his desk, laptop, and what he needed to work. That way there was no distractions at all. Another way of actually doing this is actually moving to a different town. Not something I would personally suggest. I've actually done it, but it was close enough that I could actually travel back and forth quite regularly on weekends to catch up with friends. So a bit of a fail in my sense there. But yeah, so you get the concept there. So with less distractions, you have more time available for you to actually work on your goals and actually achieving what you want from life and becoming more successful. So number 2 is getting into focused work. Now we have a block of time available to us where we don't have any distractions, which is going to take our time away from us, where we can't work on our projects. We can now sit down and actually work on what we're trying to achieve. Now, the reason why I said get rid of those distractions is because it takes about 15 minutes to an hour to actually get into a flow of work where you actually hyper-focus on your task and becoming more productive at what you're trying to achieve. Now, if you have distractions around, you might work 15-20 minutes and then all of a sudden, I'll quickly do a quick check of social media, scroll for a couple minutes, put your phone down, get back into work with about 15-minute routine, get up, go grab something to snack on or have a drink or whatever, come back, and it's just a constant bouncing back and forth between distractions and focused work. So once you remove those distractions, you are free to actually focus on that work and actually work in chunks of time to actually get that work done. Now that will actually help you hit those targets, actually get the work out of the way and actually move closer to achieving your goals for yourself. So that's number 2, great way of actually becoming more successful there. Number 3, so you always want to try and prioritize a task which will actually bring you in the greatest results. Now, there's a lot of busy work at times which you actually do still have to get done, but it's not bringing you any closer to your overall goals. Now, if you're in, say, e-commerce or business and things like that, and you're just setting yourself up, you might think that buying a laptop is the most important thing, or buying a new printer and this and that. So you're running out and getting a printer, or running out and getting a laptop, business cards, or office equipment and things like that, which isn't actually going to bring you any customers in. So you want to try and focus on the work which actually will bring you customers, sales, and build that kind of rapport with your audience or your consumer or customer there, so that you can actually start making those sales. Once you actually start doing that and actually focusing on those higher priority tasks, you'll actually start hitting more goals. Now, I'm not saying that all that other stuff isn't necessary at all. You will still need to actually get some of those objects and things like that at some point, but just prioritize those chunks of time to actually sit down and focus on achieving those high priority tasks. And number 4 is what we call Parkinson's Law. Now, this is brought up in Tim Ferriss's book 4 Hour Workweek, and it was something which I found quite interesting to actually read about, because I've never actually thought about the psychology behind it. So there's actually a lot of psychology out there behind being more effective, more successful, and more efficient with your time. So the concept behind this Parkinson's Law is that if you have a longer period of time to actually complete a task, you still won't start that task until when it's almost due to be completed. Think about going back to high school when you got assignments and things like that due, or when they get assigned assignments, say at the start of a term or a semester, and you pretty much procrastinate until the last week or last few nights before that assignment's actually due to actually get started, and then you're sitting there cramming and doing focused work to actually get it completed. Now, that's the principle behind Parkinson's Law. If you give yourself shorter periods of time to complete tasks, you will actually work harder at actually getting that task completed in a shorter period of time. So then you can actually get more done for yourself. So then you're taking less time out from doing other things. So that's like a basic roundabout way of explaining it. But if you get the concept, I hope you get the concept there. It's just a way of kind of producing more results from a shorter period of time, so that you can kind of compound those up over time to actually achieve more. So those are my 4 ways that you can actually be more effective with your time. So just to recap, to be more effective, you need to remove distractions, focus on the work that you're actually doing, do the highest priority items first, and give yourself short periods of time to actually complete tasks. So I hope this video has been helpful. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of what I outlined there, if you have any other suggestions or anything like that. And don't forget, leave me a like and hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you again next time, guys. Cheers.